What's going on, Raider Nation? It's True Raider coming at you with another video. I'm at work right now, man, so I'm just posted up in my car. But we have breaking news that the Las Vegas Raiders have signed Alexander Mattison, running back from the Minnesota Vikings. Now, I see this as a pretty solid signing. He's not going to be this running back one. He's not a bell cow. This isn't some big splash, right? But what this is a very good, solid signing, in my opinion. See, Alexander Mattison, last year he had 180 carries, 700 yards. He averaged 3.9 per carry. And over his career, the lowest average yards he's had per carry was 3.8. The information that we have on him so far, I don't have anything on his contract or what the details. I'm assuming it's going to be a 1-year deal, something pretty small, probably, hopefully. But what we're looking at is a good addition to the running back room, right? To help give Zamir White, some of that 1-2 punch. Alexander Mattison, what he does bring to the table is he is a good pass blocker. And that's going to be really helpful because Zamir White really hasn't been able to show up in that kind of way. I don't know. What I see is that he's going to really give some competition to the running back room. Another thing that he is pretty good at is he's at pass catching. So what we really have is Zamir White and Alexander Mattison are going to be this 1-2 punch, and they're going to be able to kind of split the downs, and I'm hoping that Zamir White gets more like 2/3 of the downs and give Mattison the rest. But being able to come in on fresh legs also offers a pass catching ability, and that's going to be really helpful to us on third down, to where he can help block, and then he can also break off on some screens or the check downs if needed. And I like Zeus, right? And I think Zeus is really going to be able to show up. However, he has not been a running back one in the National Football League ever, right? He had a couple of games at the end of last season where he really showed up for us in the absence of Josh Jacobs, and he really showed a lot of good things. He's got a lot of power. He's got some work to do on his eyes and being able to see those gaps, but he was really able to show us that he's protecting the football. He cleaned up his fumbles, and really he showed us that he's going to be able to pick up those yards that we really need in dire situations. One of the things about Mattison is that he had 0 touchdowns this last year, which was kind of weird because the year before he had 5, and he had significantly less carries. So that was a little bit weird to me because he had 180 carries and 700 yards and 0 touchdowns. Now, I don't really necessarily think that we need to bring him in to be this back that's going to pick up a ton of touchdowns or a ton of yards or a ton of catches. But I really think it's a good depth piece. I was hoping to be able to see some Sincere McCormick this year and see if he actually gets some play time and shows up onto this roster, but with this signing, I'm kind of thinking that they're not really sold on Sincere McCormick. And what's more than likely going to happen is Zeus is going to be that running back one, Madison's going to be that running back 2, and then we're going to have Amir Abdullah doing what he did last season, which is a whole lot of third down stuff, a whole lot of pass catching, special teams, things like that. And it could be that Mattison is going to be replacing Amir Abdullah on these third downs, and his ability to block the pass, his ability to catch, I think is going to be able to show up a lot in that way. And I got a lot of hopes for our running back team being able to provide what we need, especially if we don't end up with another quarterback that can scramble a little bit better. If we go out there with Aiden O'Connell, which I don't really think that that's the plan, but it is a possibility that could happen. If that's what happens, we really are going to need a solid running back room, and to be able to bring these backs in, instead of having that bell cow back thing, more of a running back by committee, come in with some fresh legs and kind of, surprise the defenses a little bit. Maybe they watched more tape and did more preparing for Zeus, and then they didn't really prepare for Mattison as much. And maybe Mattison is being able to find holes when they're being able to stop the run when White is out there. I don't see this as a bad signing at all. Let me know your grade, down in the comments. I would say this is a solid C. I wouldn't really rate it anything higher than that, but let me know what you think in the comments. And if you haven't yet, please hit that like, please hit that subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.